Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا ربي زدني علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Welcome back after Eid holidays. I had given some homework for Eid holidays, but I didn't receive many of the homeworks, right? So I can understand people might be busy. So I think tomorrow, inshallah, we'll discuss a little bit about the homework, and today we'll go for the next topic. What do you suggest? Anyone, please, any volunteer, come on mic and suggest me. Khadija, can you come
Yes,
on mic?
yes, Miss Rifat. Actually, I have finished noting a
It's
huruf
okay.
jar. One part is done, but the highlighting and taking out the detach and attach, that's left. I
Okay.
tried, but I got distracted in
No
between.
problem. Yeah, I understand. Even,
I finished all huruf jar, but I wanted to highlight and note
yeah.
down the second part is left.
Even,
So I
I
think
thought
for me,
once that I should give one more holiday today also, because even I was not in that mood of taking class due to busy
okay,
schedule, I told you. But I thought,
okay,
no, if we decided to come after 3 days, let's take it.
yes.
But
So like at least, yeah, in my case, I would suggest yes, tomorrow we'll discuss. I'll submit my homework, then
yeah,
it will be
sure.
easy.
Tomorrow or even on Friday, no problem. We can take
Yeah,
one,
it's
two more days. Yeah,
yeah,
it's okay.
but I think the one who has submitted, please, you can take their
No,
opinion as
one
well.
I have discussed privately with her. It's okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So inshallah today we are starting the new topic. Okay, lesson number 16. I want any volunteer to be on mic with me to continue with the class, inshallah. Any volunteer who is easy and comfortable to come.
Okay, I can come, Miss.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rahila. May Allah bless
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay. So lesson number 6 we are starting. Rahila, can you read what is written this in Arabic?
المركب التوصيف.
Al-Murakkabu Tawsifi. Okay, Tawsifi. Can you recognize what could be its meaning? Tawsif, Sifat. Did we use this word Sifat before?
صفة.
Okay, just read this English one.
The adjective phrase.
The adjective phrase. So Sifat means, what is adjective? Do you understand that in English?
Yeah, adjective means which we use to define a noun. Or not define, what do you say?
Yeah. Attributes of a noun, right? That noun that could be good or bad. These attributes could be good or bad, right? That to describe a noun, we use adjective. For example, beautiful girl, wise man, okay? Big house. So the house is explained through big. So these words which describe a noun, right? Either a good way or bad way. Okay, so they are adjectives. So adjective phrase, when we say phrase, so it means it is yani, not only one word, it is with the thing which is being explained. As I said, big house, right? So big and house both together make a phrase. Okay, so in Arabic this is called Murakkabu Tawsifi. Murakkab means the combination of two or more words. Okay, Murakkab means the combination of two or more nouns. You can say it could be noun and it could be pronoun. Okay, one could be noun and one could be pronoun. So Murakkab means two things, two nouns kind of, right?
Compound. Can we say compound words?
Compound. Okay, compound words also we use. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. So far we have learned the characteristics of a single word, right? Mufrad. I think this word came when we started talking about numbers, right? That I told you it's singular, plural, and dual. In singular, this was also written mufrad or wahid, right? And I told you we will just take wahid. Mufrad is something else, right? If you remember. So I said we will discuss what is mufrad. So mufrad is a single word. For example, if I say if I say aqlamun, right? Rahila, what does aqlamun means?
Pens.
Pens. It's plural or singular?
It's plural.
It's plural, but it is mufrad, right? Mufrad means a single word.
Okay.
Got it? Mufrad means single word. But if I say singular, wahid, then it means not only single word, but singular also. Yani, it should be qalam. It should not be aqlam. So qalam is wahid, I mean singular. Okay, but it, okay, got it? But aqlamun is mufrad. It is not singular. Mufrad means single word. I hope it's clear.
But it is not singular.
It is not singular. It is mufrad, but it is not wahid. So qalam is also wahid. Qalam is also mufrad. Qalam, hai na? It is also one word, but it is singular also, right? Yes, Vinita.
So if we just concise it, it means we can say that wahid represents the singularity of a number.
Yes.
And mufrad represents the singularity, like the being
of a word.
alone.
Yeah, being alone. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Because this is yani in comparison with murakkab, mufrad and murakkab, they are opposites, right? Mufrad means singularity of a word. If there is one word alone, it is a mufrad, and if it is two or more, then it is murakkab. Irrespective that what is the number position of that, it is singular or plural or dual, whatever. Okay, if there are two words, at least two or more, then it is murakkab. But if it is a single word, okay, this is a mufrad. Okay, so
now it makes complete sense when you had said that I don't agree to calling wahid as mufrad. They are actually two different concepts altogether.
Yes, they are totally two different concepts, right? I don't know why they have written over there parallel to wahid as mufrad also. I completely disagree with that. They should not have written it over there, right?
You have said that.
The others got the concept? Yeah.
Can I, so you're telling like mufrad is related to only like it's single, but it's talking about word. Like if there is only one word.
Yes, then it is a mufrad. Yes.
Okay, so qalam is a mufrad.
Yes, qalam is mufrad. Aqlam is also mufrad.
Yeah, I get it.
Because it's also a single word. Aqlam or qalam or qalamay or qalaman. Everyone, a single word is called mufrad, right?
Okay.
But if I join something with it, like make two words with any relation, then it will become murakkab. Okay, then it will become murakkab. So we have some certain kinds of murakkab. What kind of combination is this? As Vinita said, that we call it compound nouns also. So it will have different reasons that how we have made that compound, right? How they are joined together, any two words, what is the relation of those two words? Okay, so we'll discuss it now, inshallah. So we now come to the compounds, right? It's written here also, compounds, murakkabat, the phrases or sentences. You may call it sentence, you may call it phrase, you may call it okay, compounds may be the phrases or maybe sentences. Yeah, that's we say. Now listen again. I said when there are two or more words, it will be murakkab. Okay, it will be murakkab. But that murakkab, that compound, okay, that compounds might be phrases or might be sentences. Okay, right? Now we will understand. Even in Arabic, two words can be a sentence. When we say it's a sentence, it means it's giving a complete sense. For example, if I say, this is a good boy, okay, or he is a beautiful boy, or he is an intelligent boy. Rahila, is it phrase or it is a sentence? What is this? If I'm saying he is a wise boy.
It's a sentence.
It's a sentence, okay. But in Arabic, this sentence can be said in two words only. For example, if I have to say this is a wise boy, I will say al-waladu zakiyun. Or if I want to say this is a pious boy, I will say al-waladu salihun. The boy is very pious. Okay, so it makes only 2 words, Rahila, only 2 words, but it makes complete sentence. So those compounds now, 2 words are compound. So those compounds now can be sentence. Okay, if it is giving complete sense, but if it is not giving complete sense, then it will be phrase. For example, if I say, if I only say the wise boy, only the wise boy. What is the wise boy? Did you understand the complete sense? Wise boy. What happened to the wise boy? Did he fell down, or did has he gone somewhere? What happened to the wise boy or the good boy? You can't understand the complete thing. If I say the wise boy, the wise boy, the wise man, you can't get the complete sense. You need here and there something to make complete sense, isn't it? But if I say this boy is pious, or if I say the boy is very pious, so then it is a sentence. I hope it's clear.
Yes.
Okay, so
both phrases and sentence we say it murakkab.
Yeah, but they have not given here. But if it is, they are now. Rahila, this is the one. If the murakkab, both are murakkab, but the phrase or incomplete sentences are called murakkabun naqis. Okay, like murakkab, we further divide into 2 groups. We further divide into 2 categories. Okay, the first is murakkabun naqis. Murakkabun naqis, it is a phrase. Naqis means incomplete, having some flaw, not complete.
Okay.
Just a minute, hold on. Okay. And murakkabun tamun. Tam means complete. These both naqis and tam, they are Arabic terms, and they are used in Quran and Hadith also, right? So that's why I just want you to remember these words. Naqis means this will be used in Quran. Okay, naqis, naqasa, noon, qaf, swad, root word. It means incomplete, having some defect, having some problem, not perfect, right?
Okay.
And tam means perfect. Okay. So murakkab is of 2 types. Either it will be giving complete sense, and then we call it murakkab tam, murakkabun tamun, and it will be, in English it will be a sentence or jumla. In Arabic we call it either murakkab tam or jumla. Jumla we use in Urdu also, jumla. Okay, jumlatun. It means sentence. So when it's giving, a murakkab is giving complete sense, okay, then it is sentence and murakkab tam. But if it is not giving complete sense, then it is a phrase or incomplete sense. In Arabic we call it murakkabun naqisun. Okay, clear? Okay. So now sentences we'll do later. Okay, sentences inshallah we'll do later. Right now, today we are starting with murakkabun naqis, murakkabun naqisun. Phrases, we are starting with phrases. In phrases, there are 4 kinds of phrases. Okay, these are 4 given. Number 1, murakkabu tawsifi, murakkabu idafi, murakkabul ishari, and murakkabul jari. And alhamdulillah, they all are very easy. Inshallah, you will understand when we'll start. Murakkab jari we have already done. Rahila, are you aware we have done huruf jar?
Yes.
Hai na? Can you remember any one of them? Any one of them?
Yeah. No. Min.
Yeah,
that
min.
One, right?
Yes, very correct. Min.
Ila. An.
Exactly, mashallah, barakallah feek. Yes, you remember very well. Yeah, you remember very well. So they are called genitive phrase. See, we have already done this topic. Do you remember? We have done it. So amongst those 4 kind of phrases, we have already done this genitive phrase. Okay?
Yeah.
We have done it already in our class. We'll just quickly go through this, right? Now, this phrase, I told you there should be 2 things, because this is murakkab naqis, a kind of murakkab naqis. In murakkab naqis, we are talking about phrases. So this is al-kalam, al-qalamu, and this is a letter harf jar b, right? B.
Yeah.
So now bil qalami, these are two things, isn't it?
Yeah.
One is harf jar and the other is al qalam, right? So this is a
Yes.
compound, right? This is a murakkab. But what kind of murakkab? There are not two nouns together, but what two things are together? One is noun, al-qalam, and the other is harf jar. So these two things are making this compound. Got it?
Yeah.
There are total two things, na? One is b, that is a harf jar, and the other thing is al-qalam, that is a noun. So this is a compound because there are two things. So whenever there are two things, it will be a compound. Okay?
Okay.
But what is the name of this compound? This is murakkabun jariyun. This is the name. Why? Because one is harf jar and the other is noun. So that's why due to that harf jar, this is named as murakkab jari. Murakkabun jariyun. Got it?
Yes.
So whenever you see there are two things and one thing is a harf jar and the other thing is a noun, so this will be a genitive phrase. This will be murakkabun jari. Okay?
Okay.
And do you remember we have done halat also, that halatu jar, halatu nasb,
Yes.
halatu rafa.
Last class.
So this will be, this ism, this noun will be in halatu jar because harf jar is there. So when it is al-qalamu, normal al-qalamu, but when ba comes with it, it becomes bil-qalami. Right? So I will say qalam here is in halatu jar. Qalam is in halatu jar. Why it is in halatu jar? Because it is following a harf jar. Okay, and together these both make murakkabun jariyun. I hope it's clear, hai na?
Yes.
We have done it already, but today we just connected it with the topic that we are doing murakkabat, we are doing phrases. So this is one of the phrase we had already done, alhamdulillah, right? So all are these same way. Now, for example, let's take another example, li, right? Li. Lillahi. Now, if I ask you, Rahila, what is it grammatically? You will tell me this is murakkabe jari. Why? Because Allah is ism and li is harf jar. So these are two things. This is not one thing, right? Lillahi. This is actually li and Allah. So this is a murakkab. Two things, right? I told you, murakkab means two things.
Yeah.
So what are there two things? One is li, that is harf jar, and the other thing is noun, Allah ism, right? So this is lillahi, for Allah, for Allah's sake, right? And this is called together, this is called murakkab jari.
Okay.
Genitive phrase. Got it? So all are like that. Yes.
So if we say both together, we say they are murakkab jari, and we say that Allahu, like it's in like we say that halatu jar, right? So we say that noun is in halatu jar.
Yes.
Allahu is in halatu jar.
Exactly.
Because there is harfu jar with it, like that, right?
Yes. Very true. Very correct. Okay.
All right.
Done. Okay. And if I go India, because that time I skipped this, but now we can discuss because we have done halat. Now al-kadhibuna, Rahila, al-kadhib means the liar, the one who tells lies. Or okay, let's take example Muslimuna. What does Muslimuna mean, Rahila?
Muslims.
Plural of Muslim. Al-Muslimus plural, right? Al-Muslimun, and the plural is Muslimuna, right? Okay.
Masculine plural, right?
Masculine plural. Very correct. How we recognize with this wow noon, right? With this wow noon, we recognize that this is a plural, right?
Yes.
Okay. But if I ask you, Rahila, what is the status of this? What is the halat of this plural? What will you tell me? Is it in halat nasb or halat rafa or halat jar? What will you tell me?
It's in halat rafa.
How can you say?
Because that is a state.
That is the original form. Yes.
Yeah, original
very
form.
right. Very right. You are very correct. We discussed in the last class that wow noon, because this is the normal plural, na? Normally, from al-muslimu, we make the plural by adding wow noon. We say al-muslimuna. So this is its original form.
Yeah.
Original form of a plural, right? So
Yes.
the original form by default form will always be halatul rafa. Okay.
Yes.
So halatul jar. How we will make halatul jar for this? By changing wow into ya. Remember?
Yes.
है ना? So if I add this la with this muslimuna, so what will the change come? The change will be lil muslim. It can't be lil muslimuna. No, it will be wrong. What it will be? Lil muslimina. Because I have to make muslimuna into halatul jar. Because al muslimuna is in halatul rafa. Right? So now if li will be added, harf jar will be added, it cannot be muslimuna. It has to come into halat jar. And what is halat jar? Ya noon. Clear?
It's the same for halat nasb as well, right?
Exactly. Barakallahu feek. It is same for halat nasb also, but we will understand definitely in the next stage how we will recognize it as halat nasb or jar. If it is Rahila, there are only, just write it somewhere. Every one of you, write it somewhere in bold and highlight it. Halat jar will only come for two reasons. Only. Halat jar will be only for two reasons. Halat nasab will have many reasons, right? Halat nasab will be having many reasons. Due to this, it will be in halat jar, halat nasab due to this, right? That we will discuss later. But halat jar will only be due to two reasons. One reason is that any harf jar will be there. Definitely, if harf jar is there, we can easily say, oh, this is in halat jar, not in nasab. Why? Because the letter is there, na? Harf jar is there, hai na?
Yeah.
So you cannot be confused that whether it's halat nasab or halat jar. Because you can see this li here, hai na? You can see this letter here. So due to this letter, this is in halat jar. You can easily tell me, hai na? Without any confusion.
Yeah.
Okay. The other reason, okay, let's recognize the other reason. And then we are done with halat jar. The other reason is, and that is the next phrase also. I think that murakkab jari is very clear now. Hai na? Murakkab jari.
Yes.
If harf jar and a noun comes together, these two things make murakkabun jariyun. Okay, we'll go back now with this. We'll do this now. This is also a phrase, another kind of murakkab, other kind of phrase. Hai na? There are four kinds of phrase. Murakkabun idafiyun. Okay, murakkabun idafiyun.
Can I interrupt?
Yes, sure.
You were telling two reasons for
So the second reason is here. Second reason is here.
All right. Okay.
That's why I brought you here. I didn't forget that I was telling you.
Okay.
That second reason is connected with this. Yes, Aisha? Aisha, yes? You want to ask something?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, Miss.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
The second reason is something that I don't know, the possession or something you said in the last class.
Exactly, possession. Second reason is possession.
Yeah, okay.
And the
so
possession,
that is the one you are.
Yes, and the possession in Arabic is called idafat. Okay. And how I have told you before, right?
Yeah, because in the last class you said two reasons.
Exactly. But now we are connecting them with the terms and we are connecting them where they actually belong to.
Okay.
So, idafat matlab possession. So, relative phrase. And that possession will be in two nouns. Or it might be in one noun or one pronoun. Okay. That this thing is theirs. So, then that possession brings one noun in halat jar. Okay, let's see how. So relative phrase murakkabun jari is a correlation between two nouns, And those two nouns, I told you, whether it will be a proper yani normal noun or it will be a pronoun, because pronoun is also a kind of noun, right? So that idafat could be in both of them. We'll see how. For example, I say kitabullahi, right? I say kitabullahi, and it means Allah's book, the book of Allah. So this is the idafat, and these both nouns together, they make murakkabun jari, idafiyun, murakkabun idafiyun, right? Murakkab idafi, because idafat is there, because that possession is there. Kitabullahi, Allah's book. In English, we show it with apostrophe, right? Whenever we want to show the possession. Allah, Allah's book, or the book of Allah. So here, in these, because they are two, Rahila, so they are murakkab. Whenever there are two things, now these two things are both noun. Before we were discussing murakkab in jari. In there, one was harf jar and the other was ism.
Yeah.
But here both are ism, both are noun. Okay, so there are two things, so definitely this is also murakkab. But what kind of murakkab is this? Whenever, Rahila, whenever you see there is one noun and the other noun is in halat jar, so this is murakkab idafi. The second reason for any noun to be in halat jar is this idafat. Okay? One reason is, if you see any thing in halat jar, that it will be either due to harf jar, or there will be another noun before that, and then if this noun is in halat jar, then it definitely means that both of these nouns have idafat. They have a possession relation with each other. So it will be very easy for you to translate them also, because then put the possession in them. So it is kitabullah. Now there is kasra with this ha, hai na? And I told you that there will be only two reasons for the kasra, because kasra means that this is in halat jar, right?
Yeah.
So either there will be any harf jar before that. Is there any harf jar? No. So definitely this is the other reason for halat jar. What is the other reason? Possession, idafat. So definitely this noun has a possession with this noun, has a idafat with this noun. So it will be very easy for you to translate. Okay, so you can easily say kitabullahi, it means Allah's book. It means the book of Allah. Allah has relation with this book, or book has relation with this Allah. I hope it's clear. So only two reasons for halat jar. So whenever you see, yes, Rahila?
Yeah. So both will be nouns all the time, right? Because
here?
Yeah, in case of like the second reason, that is
idafat
for halat jar. The second reason is possession, right?
Possession, yes.
So both of them will be noun, right?
Yes, both of them.
Like the word coming before it will be always noun, right?
Listen. I'll explain it here. If I, instead of Allah, Rahila, if I want to say kitabuhu, what I added instead of Allah, I say, I put that pronoun, attached pronoun.
Yeah.
Attached pronoun, the small ha, remember?
Yes,
so it will become kitabuhu.
Yeah.
So then also possession will be there. His book. What will be the translation? Kitabuhu, his book.
His book.
So instead of normal noun, there is a pronoun attached with this.
Yeah.
Okay, but the possession will be there. So it will be, as you said, there will be always two nouns. Yes, there are always two nouns. But that noun either will be in real form noun or pronoun. Pronoun is also a noun, right?
Yeah.
I, me, you, we, us. These are all pronouns. But they are nouns. They are replace noun. In English, they are a separate category. But remember, in Arabic, we discussed pronouns also as a category of noun itself.
Yeah.
So either this will be connecting with a regular noun like Allah, or with a pronoun. It can be connected with a pronoun also. Okay.
In case of this murakkab idafi you're telling, right?
That idafat could be in two nouns, or idafat could be in one noun and one pronoun. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Vinita. Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to ask that, when it is halate idafi, and it is with noun and noun. When it is with noun and noun, the second noun changes its it becomes jari, yeah, it takes kasra in it.
Okay.
But when we are attaching with the pronoun, it's not changing its.
Because pronouns are always like that, na? Pronouns are kind of fixed. We don't change pronoun. So kitabuhu, kitabuha, kitabukum, your book. Kitabukunna, you all book. Kitabuki, right? Kitabuki, your book, you one female. So then, because if I change ka into ki, if I'm talking to a male, I'm saying your book, and I'm saying kitabuka, right? Your book. But if I change due to this halate jar, I will say kitabuki. So totally the pronoun will change actually. So we can't do that with the pronouns. Yes.
Yes. No, I just you had told it, but I just wanted to confirm that in case of pronoun, we should not be looking at halate jar.
We should not be looking at, yes. And then remember, that was a homework also, Vinita. Yes. When I gave the homework, I said just pick up the pronouns and see whether those pronouns are attached to a noun or those pronouns are attached to a verb. Yes, and look at the difference and note down the difference, because the other situation was this. Because whenever a pronoun is attached to a noun, it always brings that possession. True. Always, right? And due to that possession, we say that this is in halate jar, because halate jar's other reason is possession, right?
Possession.
Are they connected together now? Okay. So whether they change or not, the movements in the end, but we can tell that this is in halate jar and this is murakkabe, this is murakkabe idafi, because the izafat is there. Whenever a pronoun is attached to a noun, that possession relation will be there. We had already discussed it. We are just revising it. And whenever a pronoun is attached to a verb, then that pronoun always becomes object. Remember this? We discussed in the last class, and this is just a revision now. Rahila, is that clear?
Miss, in case of when pronoun is attached, still we say it's in halatu jar?
Yes, that pronoun is in halatu jar. Yes, we say it.
Like if it's kitabuhu, it's in halatu jar.
Who is in halatu jar? Yes.
Halatu jar, okay.
Halatu jar is not only recognized through kasra. Remember, I'll take you here back.
But that was only in two cases, right? Raf bil huruf, and one is that the dual and plural, masculine plural. That one, right? In those two cases, it was different, but in the other cases, we recognize with kasra, right?
With kasra, yeah. As I told you, lil muslimina. So muslimina is in halate jar, but we didn't recognize it with kasra. We recognize it with ya noon. So same way, when the pronouns are attached to a noun, we are sure that this is a idafat here, whether we can see kasra or not. Okay. Whether we can see kasra or not, in the case of pronouns, whenever those pronouns are joined with a noun, they are definitely causing that possession relationship.
Okay.
And due to that possession relationship, they are in halate jar. Okay, because there are two reasons only for halate jar. One is due to harfe jar and the other is due to possession. I hope it's clear.
Okay. Yes, it's clear now.
Vinita, you want to ask something, or this is the previous hand raised? Okay, it was previous. Okay. So, now if we go for the terms, that Kitabullahi, now Rahila, what is Kitabullahi grammatically? If I ask you, you will tell me this is Murakkabe Idafi.
Okay.
This is the name, right? Murakkabun Idafi. Murakkabun Idafi, right? And how did you recognize? Because this ha is in halat jar in kasra. It has kasra, and there is no harf jar in the beginning. So definitely this has a possession with kitab. That's why it is carrying kasra. Okay, kitabullahi. Clear? So now it's easy for you to recognize murakkab idafi. Rasulullah, Allah's Rasul.
I'm sorry, Miss, just interrupting. So I asked this before, but I'm asking, like, if it's even kitabuhu, it is a relative phrase.
Definitely.
Kitabuhu.
Yes,
because it's just one word. It's a single word.
No, it's not. No. Kitab is separate. No, it seems like single, but it is not single. You need to recognize now. You are, mashallah, a learned girl now. How can you say it is single word?
Okay.
Because it has two different words connected together.
Yeah.
They are different. They have their different identity. Who is a different pronoun. Kitab is a different noun. How can you? Physically, they look like one. But you know, mashallah, being a learned girl, that they are not one. They are two.
Okay.
Got it? Now, don't go on physique. Go on the meaning now. Because I'm giving you the sense of meanings, right?
Yeah.
So physically, they look like one, but they are different. Physically, you might see looking like one, but there will be 3 or 4.
Yeah. So we have to think twice before we say it's murakkab idafi or not. Yeah.
Anything else? But alhamdulillah, I'm happy that you people are getting. Don't worry. If right now you are a little bit confused, it's fine. Now see Rabbul Alameen. Right? Rabbul Alameen. Now tell me simply, is this Alameen, in which halat this Alameen is? Either it will be in halat nasb or jar, but it is not in halat rafa, right?
Yes.
Because this ya noon is either in halat nasb or in halat jar, right?
Yeah.
So now look back. There is another noun, okay? So if there is another noun, it is noun to 2 nouns together, they make possession, and this is murakkab idafi. In murakkab idafi, the second noun is always in halat jar. So you can tell me this is in halat jar.
Yes.
Why? Because this is mudaf. Now the terms, let's see, because the last minute will be starting now. So when this is murakkab idafi, okay, so the first noun is called mudaf. Okay, the first noun. Okay, the first noun is called mudaf, and the second noun is called mudafun ilayh. Mudaf ilayh. Just to introduce your terms, right?
Okay.
So Rabbul Alameen is murakkab idafi. Rabb is mudaf, and Alameen is mudaf ilayhi. Yani towards whom this is mudaf, this is Alameen. Towards, okay. So Alameen, yani mudaf ilayh, will always in halat jar. It will be majroor, right? Mudaf ilayh will always be in halat jar, and mudaf could be in any halat. Yani it could be rabba, rabbi, rabbu, it could be any, but this will always, second noun always will be in halat jar, because this is the second reason for being it's in halat jar. One is harf jar, and the other thing is idafat. Okay? So
mudaf means, does it mean relation or something?
Idafat means possession. Idafat means possession. Okay?